to spread that idea, you're doing marketing right. It is what it is. So for me, my emojis are mostly born out of trying to get ideas out that, one, I can either not talk about, or two, I want to travel much further than normal. So I'll use one character instead of 100. So with the coffee. So in my Twitter header, there's a wizard at wizard.coffee. That's my email. So the coffee in there is my email.
I'm just going to take that. I'm going to take that as you're working on coffee satellites, because that's how I want to view it.
Well, and yeah, definitely. And in the past, I've worked with a bunch of organizations that do send up coffee cup size satellites.
Yeah, I think that technology, the way that they have compressed technology just over the past 5-8 years, to be able to send up a satellite system that is user friendly, cost efficient, and 100 times faster than what we've had in the past is an amazing technology that I think is going to really forward the overall DeFi space as well as the communication space in the entire globe, for that matter. And I'm super stoked that somebody like you has had a place in history to help with that. So
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to thank you. I
It's
just really, really wanted to thank you, man.
It's certainly not over yet. Aerospace is one of the places my heart's at, because space travel means a lot to me. I think it should mean a lot to our great grandkids. When Earth is a hell of a lot more uninhabitable than it is now, right? You can learn how to survive on the moon and on Mars. You can persist on an Earth that is uninhabitable. So those things are very important to me. I definitely would expect that I'm going to continue doing that stuff.
Awesome, man. I'm going to go ahead and step down, give other people a chance here. Thomas, if you ever see a space you want to stop in, we don't have to interrogate you, man. You can just stop in and listen. We love you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, Thomas, are you still good for a few more?
Yeah, I mean, for
right,
me,
so-
I'm a marathon guy. Like, I do love hard questions.
All right, so let me get diehard Safe More person. I'm gonna get Cat Russ up, and then I'm gonna get Adam Bergman. Adam, thanks so much for tweeting and sharing our space. Adam will come after Cat Russ, and then Fabio after that, and I believe Jeremiah. So Cat Russ, go ahead, sir.
I just wanted to clarify on my question. I was asking about Bertha, i.e. the server.
Oh, well, yeah, I still have it.
You still have
that's
it?
what I
that's
said.
my
You
server.
have an accent, lol.
I'm a huge nerd, guys. Like, I love blades. Ages ago, I used to use a blade as a personal computer. But this rack that I have is mine. And I was going to use it to Satan's End. So
Right, got
Yeah.
you. Okay, I thought it was a Safe Moon project, not a you thing that you
I
were going
mean,
to use
it
for
is.
Safe Moon. Okay.
On it, definitely Safe Moon projects.
Ah.
All right, one of them I'll talk about now, right? I was going to roll back all of the isolate changes to the contract inside the chain data, and try to provide a giant database of reflections attached to timestamps, so that people could use that for the taxes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's just one of my ideas. So I mean, that would be really great for everyone to have for any reflections project. So yeah,
I will wait to do that when you get around to doing it. That would be cool.
yeah.
Okay, that's me.
Hashtag bring back Papa. Sorry.
I'm still here. But the coolest part about it is Safe Moon doesn't need to pay me for my support. So
that's great stuff. Hey, guys,
Gandalf, you're gonna have to teach Papa your wizard language, because he didn't understand you.
Lol.
Okay, that was my question. I just wanted to clarify on that.
Oh yeah, no problem.
It sounded in German.
Hey guys, let me bring in someone who's a great plug-in for the Safe Moon Army on Sundays. Bugsy, I didn't forget you, so I will get you in a moment. Adam Bergman, go ahead, sir.
First of all, Papa, what's up, man? Finally get to ask questions in the space. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. I know I was annoying the living shit out of everybody right now to get me up. Papa, first of all, thank you so much. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. If you don't feel comfortable asking, none of these are set up. None of these are BS. You know what kind of questions I'm going to ask you right now. If you don't feel comfortable answering, just say you don't feel comfortable answering. All right, buddy?
Okay, yeah, it's all good.
All right. Not specifically to the blockchain for SafeMoon because you can't talk about it, but in general, proof of stake, multi-layers, and DAG technology. What do you think about it? And
So I don't think it's going to be a directed acyclic graph.
okay, multi-layers.
Oh yeah, of course. There's going to be multiple layers.
So
As far
multi-layers.
as staking, as far as from what I understand, yes, that'll be a thing because we've been talking shit about mining for so long.
Got it. So proof of stake with the multi-layers. So and from what I understand, you want to incorporate DeFi, but not take out centralized finance. You want to incorporate it to allow centralized finance a place in decentralized finance, something like Algorand. I'm not plugging it. I'm just saying something along.
Like we're going from building. Well, I'm going from bridges to pipes. We
I
want to make
understand.
sure that
Okay.
traditional finance can flow.
So I'm getting a little warm over here. I'm getting a little warm. And in order to do that, you need to facilitate complex smart contracts and basic smart contracts. The complex smart contracts need a layer of their own so that the scalability of the blockchain does not slow down as we have multi-trigger smart contracts that use oracles for the information, like a real world application. Am I getting a little warm?
We're getting dangerously warm to the place that I can't talk about.
Okay, very good. Now I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you a couple of layups. These are easy, and I think it's gonna answer a lot of headaches that a lot of people are fretting about. First of all, thank you so much. And you see, I work with you, man. I'm not gonna ask you nothing stupid, so I appreciate you. Okay. Right now we have the liquidity pool because we're a token. Once we're gonna have our own blockchain, we become a coin. No longer need a liquidity pool. And the liquidity pool, so to speak, is now how many dexes and sexes we get on the open market, because the open market is now going to be our quote unquote liquidity pool. Is this correct?
Very close. So tokens will probably always need liquidity pools. I think that it's far easier now than back in 2017 when AMMs weren't so big or even out there at all. But when you create a token and it goes from your pre-sale stage directly into liquidity, that's an awesome head start for really anything. So traditionally, right back in the day, you'd have to provide your own liquidity to a market maker account.
Yes, sir.
Which is that puts a lot of pressure on that organization, because if you do the garage thing, that Steve Jobs thing, and you build an amazing product in your garage, but you're not liquid, as soon as you go to market, you get decimated because there's too much volume for how little liquidity you actually have. Thankfully, SafeMoon has a ton of liquidity, so they can kind of like mitigate that with the coin stuff. So the coin itself is not going to have immediate liquidity the same way that a token would. The market making accounts provide a lot of breathing room and prevent a lot of crashing. But market making accounts are somewhat also a cancer in the community, in that it causes shit to go sideways because part of market making is selling. So the way things are right now, it's not going to change anything, right? But when you think about the difference between a coin and a token, you're talking about a network and a unit of value on that network.
Okay.
Hopefully that answers it.
It does, which actually was my follow-up on it. So eventually a coin, let's just separate the coin and the token, which I'm going to go back to the token for a second. A coin eventually does not need its own liquidity pool. The open market is the liquidity pool. Who's buying, the stakers, what's on the market, who's buying, who's selling. And the more exchanges, both DEXs and SEXs we're on, the more liquidity we have via Bitcoin, for example. Same thing, right?
Right, yeah, more arbitrage opportunity on the coin.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Which gives me my layup to the next one, and all the fudders can suck dick after this one. I'm going to set the shit up, and all the fudders can go fuck themselves after this. Before I set that up, though, before I absolutely put the nail in the freaking coffin to all the fudders talking so much shit, and I think Pop already knows where I'm going with this. This is fantastic. I just want to reiterate, a coin will be the native way we settle up on our own blockchain, which is going to be basically the gas. But the token will be the ability to communicate between various different smart contracts and various different blockchains. Does this make sense to you?
Fucking nailed it.
Perfect. Now this is
Great
is-
stuff, man.
this is where I want to kill everybody. First of all, I want to give myself a plug, if you don't mind, guys, because I've been saying this for the longest time. Come watch the Adam Bergman Show on YouTube. I do technical fucking analysis, and I actually know this fucking shit. So please watch my show. Nobody fucking watches it because I'm not a cheerleader. So thank you so much. And then I want to kill all the liquidity, all the people that talk about liquidity right now. So all of you guys keep complaining about, I don't know any of these tokens. I don't care about any other communities, but all you guys keep talking about the liquidity pool and the swap and liquefy function, which I'm not going to go over what the swap and liquefy function is, but it does not fucking matter moving forward. It does not fucking matter. And I'm not saying it was. Anything that happened before does not fucking matter. Even if somebody was robbing the shit out of it, which I'm not saying it was, it does not fucking matter. Because once we have the blockchain, you understood what I just said, right? And this is not Papa saying it. This is me saying it because this is facts of the way cryptocurrency works and the difference between a blockchain and the difference between being a smart contract or a token, which we are right now. You no longer need the fucking liquidity pool, so there's nothing to fucking steal. There's nothing questionable. There's no questions about it anymore. There's open fucking market liquidity. So go fuck yourselves after we get our blockchain. That's all I gotta say. Do you agree with what I'm saying now?
Yeah. No, that's great.
There
Well
you
played.
go.
I do too. I do too.
Oh,
Hey guys,
man.
guys, real quick before we continue, thank you, Adam, for that.
Thank you so much.
I just want to acknowledge that Scott Paul is also in the room here. So shout out to Scott Paul. He's listening to us, and I pinned to the top also a petition where he made the petition to formally rename the Jazz Arena from Vivian Arena to the Safe Moon Arena. So if you have not done that, please let's support each other. Let's try to get that Safe Moon name on that arena. So if you can, please do that. And thank you, Scott. If you listen, I know you're listening. So thank you for that, Scott.
Hope they add.
Hey, Adam, thanks so much.
Thank you so
Fabo,
much.
my pleasure. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for your plug-in, and we'll definitely, guys, Sunday show, and look for him on YouTube. Oh, and guys, real quick, if somebody could DM me Edward's handle on Twitter, so I can set up that call later with Thomas. If someone can ping me his handle, and I'll set that up and let everybody know later what that's going to be like. Fabo, you've been patient, and Bugsy, I didn't forget you. Fabo, go ahead.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, patience, man. It's all good. Good morning, everybody from the East Coast. How you doing?
Good, man.
Hey.
Awesome. Hey, Papa, I'm just here. Not gonna ask you about Safe Moon because I am I'm thinking just here that Safe Moon, we're good. You know what I mean? I'm here to talk to you about you,
Okay.
Papa, not Safe Moon. So, how you doing? How was your
It was
Thanksgiving?
great. Total food baby coma status yesterday. I spent most of the day away from my phone. Yeah, it was a nice day. Like I haven't actually done that in a long time. So it's been like 9 months since I've really like let my phone be dead. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I posted a photo of my plates. It was a lot of food, and it's gonna be leftovers for like 2 to 3 days.
Nice.
So that's good. Um, so then my next question is, now that you're not, working for Safe Moon, do you get to now, be chill, be with family, sleep in, stay up later, stuff like that? I don't know.
I mean, that's the real question of the day is what to do next. I've got a bunch of things on my plate that I really do want to attack. So I'm not sure I'm going to calm down. I might be working a little bit more, but the thing is, I'm going to start taking weekends off. So, yeah, I mean, as far as going forward and stuff, like I'm not sure I want to calm down. You know, people have limited time, and you know, we only live this one life. And if I'm wasting time, then it's time that I don't get back ever. You know. So, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna calm down. Fuck that. It's just bad
Yes,
thinking about it.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, fuck that. Just like just like you said. Something that you said you know, the other day in your with David was that you said you know,
Yeah,
health reasons why you stepped away.
that's part of it. Yeah.
It's no, for sure. No, what I'm trying to say is like related to that. I want everybody in here to understand that health is number one, because at the end of the day, you know, if it's tomorrow that we, you know, we leave, or a year from now, whatever, you know, whatever crypto, whatever money you have, it's not going to go with you. You're going to go by yourself. So health is number one, and you have to take care of yourself
Right.
first.
Like
Well said.
I'm an internet addict, right? I am your class. I exhibit full bore addict behavior with regard to the internet. Everything that I do here is I love it too much, right? It's too easy to get caught up enjoying this stuff too much. You lose so much sleep and all this other stuff. It puts you in a bad way. So just yeah, like you said, remember your health. Don't like you could be like me if you want, but I'm telling you, don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanna be like Papa, like, you know, the wizard. Papa, can you
Can I
fly?
can I fly? I can take airplanes.
I
Yeah.
mean, you're the wizard, man. You
This
know, I
is
think you can fly. You're not telling us you can
yeah,
fly. Come
right.
on.
So here's a big thing, right? And actually, this is a very interesting way to address the fudders. Do you think they'd let me get on a fucking airplane and leave a country if I was in trouble? I don't think so.
I don't think the Safe Moon Army wants you to leave the country.
I'm not going to. I'm still here.
Hey guys, I'm gonna. If you ask the question, I'm gonna start rotating people around. Just just to give other people to give a chance. I've been trying to get people up. There's a lot of requests. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't get everybody up here, but
I have one more
we'll
question.
rotate. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. This is my last question. Papa. So, I know that you're taking it like a little easy right now. You know, chilling. My next question is: I know you went to the Miami Crypto. Do you plan on doing that? You know, type of, you know, showing up, hanging out with
Yeah.
people, because you know. So I'm from South Florida. Unfortunately, I got sick when you came down here, and I was gonna meet you, take a
Oh,
photo, and hang out and chill. But unfortunately, I got sick, and yeah, I just wanted to know if you were planning on doing something like that, you know, for next time
I
or in the
do.
future.
So one of the big problems with me going out and making announcements as to where I'm going to go are the death threats, right? This last one was particularly nasty. I missed the whole event, the last part of the event, because it wasn't just about my safety anymore. It was about the safety of the crowd that was around me due to this specific threat. We ended up finding the guy, but I mean, it's fucking insane, right? So I kind of with the events, it's bittersweet for me. Every time I go to an event, I make these huge connections, and we progress things. It's really cool. I love those experiences, and I'm getting to see a lot of my friends who are on the events. That's wholesome for me, right? But at the same time, it's kind of tragic in that I don't want to go there and put people in danger. But I do have something planned. I'm going down to Florida again soon. But I'm not sure how public I'm going to be about that one, because it's not necessarily a crypto event. But yeah, I mean, I definitely do intend to not only fly out to events, but flying out and meeting project owners directly.
Hey guys, I want to get Bugsy to answer Jeremiah again. Now, just so everyone knows, I don't want anyone think that I'm showing favoritism to Jeremiah. It turns out Jeremiah is getting a lot of DMs directly, and the people that are asking great questions on his end are going up through his inbox, and that's the only reason why I'm coming back to Jeremiah. So we're going to do Bugsy, Jeremiah, and then I'm going to allow Patron. He picks some people up next after Jeremiah. So Bugsy, go ahead, buddy.
This has been long overdue, huh?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit.
You know I'm going to have a hard time calling you Papa.
I mean, you've always used my regular name. You can just use that.
Absolutely. Thomas, good to talk to you. It's
Yep.
been quite a long time.
Look, just I need to clear this up, right? Because he's come up to a number of spaces and he's like, I know that guy. And everyone gets super skeptical. He and I went to the same elementary school. We were in the same grade.
Yes, sir. All the way through graduation too, and
Yep.
That's awesome.
in the later years. So I know we had chatted, and I'd still really love to get together with you if you got
Nos
time
vemos,
tomorrow.
doña. Que vayan con Dios.
What the hell is that?
Sorry.
Oh.
So if you just grab me a time and you have available time tomorrow, just let me know. I know it's hard to get back and forth with communications with us.
Tomorrow I've got to go pick up my kid and figure out some stuff. I think probably later in the afternoon if we could do that, like towards like 5 or 6 or something.
If you just give me an exact time, we're gonna talk straight DeFi, and it's gonna be freaking awesome for you to meet this guy. So you give me an exact time, and I'll make it happen.
Yeah, I'll do that after we jump off of here.
Awesome. Also, if you ever need anything in your travels, I would love to come with you and be an extra eye. If you know what I mean. Of course. I travel heavy, so if you ever need an extra eye or how do I say this without saying it on Spaces? The clips are loaded, so.
You want to be his bodyguard? Come on, say it.
I've known him for a long time. I've got the utmost respect for this man. He's brilliant. He's genuine. Anyone that thinks he's out to screw them over in any way is so wrong. He's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. So that irks me to hear that people have said things about his kids and his family and that personal. That really bothers me. As it would bother anybody.
Can I bring this up? The Fudders went and spoke about my fiance. Fucking leave her out of this.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
There was one. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's the one thing. Like, fuck the law. Like, leave my family out of it.
There's one question I had, Thomas.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm sure out of the 2,000 people that are in here, or 1,200 people now that are in here, there's probably some new people. And yesterday in that shit space, there was a lot said about you doing nothing for SafeMoon. And I don't know how much you can speak to it, but maybe you can give some of these listeners an overview of your actual role and that you weren't just a people person. Because I think a lot of people don't even understand what you did, and what happened yesterday was trying to kill all your credibility.
That's sad. Okay. So
stupid, actually.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff to bring up to that effect, right? So I've been in the space for 11 years now. Joined in 2010. Still, it's not 2022 yet, right? So I've been around the block, and I've been networking for years and years, and I've participated with many different products. I made a lot of different connections that I was able to provide to SafeMoon. So me as a CTO, when I was a CTO, right, part of what I did there was managing all of the software development, managing our project managers, making sure that our goals were set clearly, things were outlined in Jira, making sure our stack was good. Later on, I kind of stepped back because I had some family stuff for about 2 weeks. I did roll back to 15 hours, but after that, it ramped right back up because when I went over to CBO, right, the Chief Blockchain Officer's responsibility is everything blockchain. It just so happens that we're in a blockchain company, so the fingers are everywhere. Now, what I did was I provided the largest contacts in the space. This is stuff that takes years of fostering relationships and things like that, people who trust me internally. So we brought the fiat onboarding, we brought the exchanges, the code for the wallets that I've been all over the organization. I've worn so many hats. So like the vast majority of the deals that SafeMoon got, I brought to the table. And I was in a fucking ton of meetings. So also I was directly responsible for managing the safety of the smart contract and the functions, migrating liquidity, making sure that people got paid, making sure that Developers got what they were owed. In a lot of cases, people wanted SafeMoon, right? So we did that. PR needed to get paid, servers, everything. So I had to get paid like a certain point. So,
I just heard some dial up.
yeah, sorry about that. Somebody called me. Now, so what was I doing in SafeMoon, right? At the end of the day, while I was at CTO, I was responsible for everything tech related. As a CBO, I was responsible for only blockchain things. The risk related to the blockchain, finding edge cases, mitigating edge cases. The reason why you still have a SafeMoon today is because I kept it safe, right? And John paid me appropriately for that. And John paid me so that I would not be tempted to leave for some $1 billion organization that would pay me 10x, right? He made it prohibitively expensive for them to do that, which was awesome. It made a lot of sense. But at a certain point, stuff is not all about money. So
thank you for answering that.
Yeah, that's what I did.
There was a lot of people that I'm sure were wondering what you were doing, and so this is good.
In most of those cases, I can't talk about those deals, but I'm still in a vast majority of the exchange chats that we have open, where we discuss how you receive reflections. I would have to go and run down that math and make sure that everything was okay. In a bunch of cases, the math was inaccurate. We had to go back and have them recheck it so that you guys could get the appropriate amount of reflections on the centralized exchanges. If I wasn't there, it wouldn't have happened the right way. So, it's kind of like, imagine working doubles for most of a year, and then someone swoops in and is like, nah, he hasn't done shit. It's like, come on. Have some common sense.
Hey, I'm going to step down, guys. Thomas, nice to talk to you. Can you
yes, of course, always
shoot me something after? Maybe even get your phone number so we don't have to do it this way anymore. But
yeah, I got you.
Hey, Thomas,
thank you.
Thomas, quick question. Just, and I don't mean to cut the line, and I'll give it back to Patron. Is there any way you can actually? Do you ever get people asking you for price predictions? If so, do you answer those questions or no?
No, I don't.
Okay. I just wanted to nip that in the bud.
I spoke to a lawyer about it just to see if I could, and I can't because I used to live there.
That's fine. So who asked me that? Details asked me that. So there's your answer, buddy. Sorry, Patron. Who do you have?
I would have loved to join you on that one, but I can't.
That's fine, Patron. I think actually Jeremiah's next. I'm sorry.
Jeremiah's next. Yeah.
Then I give it back to you. Okay.
Real quick, I kind of agree with Gandalf on this too. Fathers, these people who want to, set something up. And I'm not saying, you shouldn't, but they're not really looking for answers, right? You could explain to them day in, day out exactly how everything works. They're not really looking for answers. They just like asking questions. They're called stout. So I understand where Gandalf is coming from on that one. Also, as far as the health, and that's just why on a SafeMoon water cooler, that's why we really advocate for this, is for that SafeMoon fitness, staying healthy because health is wealth, and we all got to stay healthy. And shout outs to SafeMoon Miles for that too as well. Also, my main question, but I know you're a car guy. I'm a car guy too. We got to have that conversation, man. I would love to talk about that.
Okay.
And security. If you ever also need someone that that can need security, and I have a buddy of mine that's in Florida that he actually arranged security. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, he can put it together. Armed security. We had it in Mexico. It was great. Security detailed and the SUVs and everything, bro. Is worth the investment. It's worth the investment. And he can. I can get you that information if you want to talk to him, but he's excellent. Anything you need, he got you covered. So, and it's a company.
I was gonna say, guys, quick heads up. I got Brian's handle and I got Sky's handle. So Thomas, in the next week or so, I'll find a pocket when you're free, and I'll try to set up something for another showdown.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hey, look, I'm sure they're listening right now. I'm fully open to answer any questions that you have. Just have questions. Talk some shit, and that's
right.
It's over.
That's right.
Facts. Real facts, bro. And sometimes a healthy debate is definitely necessary, not just for them, but for all of us to know the facts and everything else like that. So that's definitely a good point. Shout out to the Cryptonomics too. That's my guy for bringing you in here. Man, I'll tell you. So listen, my question is this. I'm a lover of space. I love space. Okay, everything about it. And you spoke about teleport, being able to teleport and everything else. Do you think it's possible? And have you thought about it more or less? Probably in the metaverse. The whole, because I'm in these VR headsets, and we can teleport one world to the next. So I understand the whole concept around it. Not sure how it can actually happen, in real life, but I feel like even though I'm here in whatever place I am right now, I can be somewhere else in Germany having a conversation, being in the room with this whole metaverse thing. What's your opinion on the whole metaverse and teleportation and
Okay.
physical life?
Oh, okay. So, I mean, the metaverse is very interesting, right? The metaverse used to be a cautionary tale against the dangers of technology, right? There's some irony there. But I do really like that there are viewports and 3D. It's a different, like, we're seeing some 90s action, right? We're exploring new technologies, and most of the metaverses are out there. Even the stuff that Facebook is putting together seems a little behind the times when it comes to video game engineering and things like that. I think there's a lot of promise there, so I'll be watching that pretty heavily. But then teleportation in real life, I mean, it's kind of a, like, from a sci-fi perspective, it's a little scary. It's like you're being broken down, that kills you and reconstructs you in the other place. How do you know you're still the same person? It's kind of like this. There was an anime reference I made a long time ago in the show Overlord. This character makes a observation about the horse she summons. How do I know this horse is the same horse every time I bring it in? You don't. And it's the same as for summoning any kind of thing into any other video game. You play GTA and you bring a car out using a cheat code. How do you know that car is the same car every time you use a cheat code? You don't. But with an NFT, you do. So there's some really interesting things there. But with regard to teleportation at all, I don't think that it's going to be too possible. And if it is, it's going to be terrifying. But then also data transmission, we're seeing now through entanglement, can be instantaneous. So, I mean, imagine having immediate communication with an entity on Mars, where maybe there's a chat bot over there, smarter child on Mars, right? You can communicate with it in real time. Whereas with the current setup, the latency would be wild.
Right, absolutely. And so in my opinion, because I'm a fan of Elon Musk, right? I think he's a man of the times. I think he's a forward thinker. Creating highways to space and everything else like that. Do you see yourself working with him in the future again? And
I don't know, maybe. So I don't want to, please, people don't just tweet I'm going to go work with Elon and stuff. And the other day I mentioned, I was in an email chain with him, but I was also in an email chain with Richard Stallman and talked to him about his blog. So it's not that's not a big deal for me. There are tons of smart people out there, and I don't think that this should be a huge, don't just try to work with Elon because it's a big thing to do. But I think, if things go in that direction, I'd be happy to work with him on whatever. But I don't. It's not something I'm going out of my way to try to do.
I got you. Awesome.
Hey, Jeremiah, give me a second. Let me. We'll come back to you real quick, so these guys can ask a question. Then
Go
we
ahead.
can
I'm sorry.
rotate more people. Hey, Rocky, Keen, Travis, Randolph, and then Chris. Real quick, if you have a question, go ahead.
Mine
Feel free, Rocky. Go ahead.
Super quick. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Hey. Hello from Canada.
Hello, Canada.
Hello, America. Hello, world. Hello, metaverse. Jeremiah. Anyways, I said I'm short and sweet, and I'm rambling. Anyways, my quick question is, Papa, you said before you were going to we were all going to look in the mirror at some point and be as happy as fuck.
Yeah.
But you're not. Fucking Patron. Anyways, SafeMoon can't give timelines. You're still part of our family, but you're not in SafeMoon per se. Could you pick a month as to where you see this happening from November? There's November.
Oh,
to
people
next
being
December.
happy as fuck. I mean, all right. So, my big thing about people being happy as fuck in the mirror in 5 years, is if you don't spend every single waking moment making winning moves, like you're making losing moves, right? It puts you further away from your goals. So in 5 years, if you haven't progressed towards your goal to the point where you have success in something you can be proud about for yourself, it doesn't even have to be money. Like, but some achievement, right? If you're not working towards that, you're not going to be happy at all.
I would
But
say right
part of-
now, I have moved to a point in my life where I am happy as fuck.
Fuck
But
yeah.
I'm
Maintain it.
that's where we should get. That's where you should get. That's where everybody should get. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, as my investment in SafeMoon and being in SafeMoon, where do you think people are going to look at it and be like, "Holy shit, I'm happy as fuck now about SafeMoon." I'm always positive about this.
Okay. Like it now that the roadmap is totally out of my hands, I'm apprehensive to say. But if things continue the way they've been going, I think everyone's going to be very, very happy.
I got you, buddy. I see
Okay,
what you're
you
saying, but you're
said
saying it.
you said that everybody's going to be happy, but you didn't say when, right?
Yeah.
It's just like Gandalf with his, he like he says, NDA. Can't say for sure.
Okay,
I know you have
thank
to
you.
talk to Larry's.
This
Thank
one's
you,
not
Rocky,
so
for
much
the
of a
questions.
gift,
I'm
it's
gonna
ambiguity.
I'm gonna move on real quick.
All good,
King,
thank you.
Travis, Randolph, and then Chris, please.
All right, thank you guys.
Is King supposed to ask a question?
Yeah, King, go ahead.
Can you guys hear me now?
King, we're not hearing
Yeah,
you.
go ahead. Go ahead,
Let
King.
King.
Okay, we'll come back to him. Travis, go ahead while we come back to King.
Hey, thank you, Patron. Hey, Bob, it's nice to finally talk to you in person.
Hey.
Well, not exactly in person, but But one quick statement and then a question I've got. So back at the beginning of the month, I don't remember what you had tweeted out, but I had commented saying, "Hey, I'm going to be up in that area. I want to meet for coffee," and you liked it. I was like, "Oh shit, might actually meet him for coffee."
Oh, cool.
And I was in Lewiston, Maine, just traveling up there, and it was like 45 minutes from your part of New Hampshire.
Oh, dope.
And then the next day, you tweeted a picture, emoji of a palm tree. I was like, shit, now he's
Oh,
down in Florida
yeah.
where I just drove from.
Correct. Yeah. I did. I tweeted that as soon as I landed in Miami.
But my question though is, do you ever watch SafeMoon Tim's videos?
I'm not sure. Oh, wait. I think I did see the one video if you're talking about
He just really started making them.
Yeah. No, I sometimes when I've got some free time, I sit down and watch YouTube videos. I try not to watch them all because I've got something to do later.
But as far as his videos, yeah, he's very investigative, like Adam Bergman. Hot or cold?
Oh, hot or cold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if the video in particular you're talking about is the one where, like, what project I'm going to join next?
Well, just any of
speculation
them
there?
in general, like the one where he had a diagram drawn out of all these different, like a satellite and network around the globe and things like that.
I haven't seen that video. I'll go check it out later though. Then I'll get back with you. But
Awesome.
I have no idea.
All right, well, take care. Thank you for everything you've done.
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Travis, that's the diagram involving Connect. Am I correct?
Yeah, but real quick, Tim said it's not. He said that he thinks he got the name wrong, and that would be Operation Phoenix, even though the video is entitled Connect.
Yeah, if it's just as a heads up, if it's like Dark Moon related or any of the R&D efforts, that's definitely a no-go for me.
Gotcha.
Got it.
All right, thank you, Travis, Randolph, and then Chris, and then we go to SFM.
Yeah, just quickly, just want to thank Papa for coming on. I'm gonna shoot off now. Last night, just a quick shout out. I know somebody mentioned Sky. She was totally pro Safe Moon last night. I just thought I'd bring that up. And while Scott Paul is on here, I may as well announce it that on Saturday I've got a space which most of you know about at 5 p.m. To do with coping with newfound wealth. Scott Paul is our guest with Katsaras, a UK government MP, and one other person. So there's 4 people in there, but I hadn't put Scott on there. I didn't announce it until it was confirmed. So he's going to be on there on Saturday. So that's it. And thanks for coming on, Papa.
Hey, very welcome.
Thank you, Randolph. Chris, and then SFM.
Hey, Thomas, good to hear from you again, man.
Hey, of course.
Got to talk to you the other night. It was cool. Asked some good questions with you, and you gave some really great answers. First of all, just a lot of respect for coming back on. I would just ask everybody in the Army to retweet this and to get Thomas some more follows. We want to get him up to 100,000 as soon as possible.
Oh, geez, I'm so close.
I remember your tweet that when you got to 100K, you were going to do something special for the Army. So I just wanted everybody to be reminded of that.
A lot of the things that I was going to announce, I sort of pre-announced it. Some things are falling out of my schedule, but I'm going to be talking about things in depth in a video. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So real quick, I just had a couple questions, and I'll make them quick and let you talk. First question would be, at what number do you think the burn will stop? I know you've said 100 million in the past, and what kind of time frame do you think we'll be looking at? That would be question one.
All right. So technically, the burn could stop at any time that the organization chooses to stop it, because that's thankfully you just turn off reflections to the burn address. It would increase reflections to everyone else by around 40%. And anybody in the crowd who's running a reflection contract, if you can solve that bug where re-enabling reflections, that doesn't. So this is an edge case, right? Where if you re-enable reflections, it can siphon balances or siphon tokens from balances. This is a super old bug that was discovered, which is why we try to avoid as much as possible re-enabling anything. In fact, I don't think that we've ever re-enabled something. So if they go and turn that off, then it'll never come back. That's one thing. Unless there's a V2. There's a threshold inside the contract where if the circulating supply reaches a certain amount, then it'll turn off. It's like explicitly defined, and I can't remember off the top of my head what that amount is. But with the consolidation and the values that are changing in the V2, that threshold would change by like 1,000 to 1.
Wow, man, my heart is going extremely fast.
Real quick, follow up on this. So, like in the beginning, if you looked at Safe Moon Mark, and I know he's no longer with the team, but he had a theory that at 25 billion, it would get to a point where it would have to stop because there wouldn't be any greater effect. Is that true, or what do you think on that?
So swap and liquefy would turn itself off. The burn itself, right? Yeah, I'm mixing things up again. So the swap and liquefy has its own threshold. The burn itself, unless reflections are turned off or unless the burn address is excluded from reflections or rewards, as it says in the contract. Yeah.
Okay, then the last question I wanted to touch on that I think is really important, and Katz or Russ confirmed this with Safe Moon Millionaire last week. When we go to the V2 migration and we reach 110% level with the liquidity pool and the market cap, can you just talk about the effect that would have on this token?
110% liquidity. I mean, so liquidity would have to come from the outside. The LP won't fill itself up more than what it's doing, I don't think. This is an old argument that I have never actually thought about. What will happen when there's more liquidity than can be exited? Right? Sell-off? I imagine a sell-off will happen when people realize, oh my God, there's so much liquidity here. And I imagine the price would stagnate, right? Because adding more liquidity, like that imbalance falls out of balance, doesn't it? But I mean, like I said, I have spent no time on that problem. So, I mean, I don't want to make myself a fool by trying to answer it.
No, let me just ask you this. And I'm definitely not going to call you a fool at all. my understanding is that once it reaches a 110 to 125% value, that you could have massive sell-offs, and the effect on the price would be none.
Oh yeah, some weirdness would happen there. Yeah.
Thank you. I know there's only so much you can answer, but again, I respect you, and I thank you
I'll
for all your answers.
put some more time into that, and then I'll throw it into like a blog. So I've got my blog actually, which I am working on still, because I thought I'd be done a lot sooner, but shit keeps happening. But that's yet another thing that I should throw together a really long blog post about. See what happens.
I'm glad I gave you an idea on that. And if you ever want to talk about that on Safe Moon After Dark, we do shows at like 10 during the week. Patron
Yeah,
and I.
dude, I would post it. What happens when you have 200%, 300%?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you're just the kind of guy to give us that thought on that. So I just wanted to reach out to you on that.
I'd love to think about that.
I'll drink a whole bottle if we reach 200% in one shot.
Oh, too nice.
He will too. He's not joking. He's got his wife buying him an 18-year-old bottle of Patron for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
So that's how into it he is, man.
Thank you, Chris.
again. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it's SFM. You're next. Go ahead, buddy. And then we have Derek afterwards.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Thomas. Can you guys hear me all right?
Hello.
Oh yeah, we hear you, man.
Okay. Okay. Thomas, calling you a visionary would be an understatement. Web3 is like the next big thing. What's next? And please don't say Web4.
Web6. No, I'm just
Okay.
No, what's next?
In your crystal ball, what do you think can happen?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your vision of what could possibly be next?
Well, so a lot of people like to think of things in terms of potential doomsdays, right? And I like to think of things in terms of maximum success is possible, right? What does maximum success look like? It's the end of fiat, giving money back to putting the agency back in the hands of the people who have the money to use the money, right? It's like, if I want to buy a fucking gift card, my card gets frozen. Blockchain doesn't do that to you, right? But at the same time, there's caveats, right? So once we move in this direction, people have to take more responsibility with their funds. People have to secure their money the way that banks do for them now. And it's very scary and jarring to people. It kind of lends into strong economies, right? What is a strong economy? A strong economy has businesses that don't fail when everyone gets sick with COVID. So when people tell me, "Oh, we've got a great strong economy," I'm like, "Well, you're a fucking liar, man." But at the end of the day, where do I see things going? I see things going down this path. It's, in the future, DeFi is not going to be the way that it is today, just like it wasn't 10 years ago, just like it didn't exist 10 years ago. So where is it going? I think it's going in that direction. What we're going to see is very well, we wouldn't even predict what it would become, right? But for right now, what I'm seeing is this utopian paradise of finance, where people can spend as they like, people can earn as they like with the financial tools without restriction. And I think that's very important, because you see a lot of people held down, like especially in minority communities. They can't become, a lot of people can lift themselves up, but then there's a whole group of people that are just left out of education, out of computers, out of digital finance. They don't even know what a Bitcoin is, right?
Facts.
But when we give this to them, they take the autonomy back from whatever is stopping them, right? So you have there's a threshold you need to meet to become an accredited investor. And in fact, I cannot raise money from you unless you're accredited, right? In the traditionally speaking. So what's the point? Like, if not everyone can invest, not everyone can make that kind of money. So you're telling me only wealthy, literate people can make money? This is a huge education problem. So I think where it's going, people are going to make bread. and I hope that it continues.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much and for everything that you do. All the respect, man.
Thank you, SFM. Trish, Derek, and Shard.
Hey, Papa. Hey, everybody. Moonrat to everyone.
Hey,
Grateful
Tristan.
for. Yeah?
That's my guy, Tristan. Great guy, everyone. Great guy.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything you guys do in this space. Most of all, to the wizard. I gotta call you the wizard because, man, when I first entered, and everyone put up here the story, when I first entered into crypto was through SafeMoon and my research. And people start talking about Papa. I was like, who the hell is Papa? Who the hell is Papa? You know, I'm proud to say I know Papa. I know Papa from the SafeMoon community, and I respect the work that he have done. And man, he want to be referred as a wizard. Name him a wizard. I am throwing out an invitation to you, Papa. When you're fed up of when you need to de-stress, come to Trinidad and Tobago. Man, we don't even says apply taxes on cryptos. We enhance everything in terms of, you know, we want investors. We all about the future in terms of cryptos and whatnot. We now getting started down here in the Caribbean. Some of us in the Caribbean are already in it, and I must say thank you for such. I heard you mention about tokenomics and diversifying and making everyone in the community be one. No project is better than one. You want everybody to come together and work together. And that's something that I will say I respect you for in terms of what you want to do. Right now, I wouldn't get ask the million and one time what you're going to do next. Right now, you just do yourself. You de-stress and you start live with love. You just continue doing what you're doing, recharge your batteries, and whenever you're ready to go again, we will accept that. One more thing. I remember you talk about deflection tokens, right? I don't know if you probably heard about it. I'm positive sure because you're a man, you've been here since 11 years. So there's nothing that came up or nothing that come forth that you probably haven't thought about or probably haven't even says, how to put it, you know about it. What's your take on enhanced token in terms of enhancing holders, bags and stuff with SafeMoon? Some people in the SafeMoon community are against it, some for it. But as you say, right now, you just have on your Papa hat, you relaxing, you're on vacation mode, yet still you're doing a little stuff on the side. When you're ready to come out and say it, you could come out and say it. The reason I ask that, it has some tokens, deflection tokens in the past. They started off hot and sweaty, yeah, SafeMoon and gone. But I can tell you something. The CEO for Enhance, he literally put all his information out there and said straight up, he is SafeMoon Pro. Even if SafeMoon and come out and say, well, we support and enhance, which we know they won't in terms of such. But at the end of the day, the man put his credibility on the line. The man literally went out there and said, here, what's going on? I'm for SafeMoon. I've been a part of SafeMoon. I know what SafeMoon stands for, and I believe in the project. And he created a contract, whereas it deflects SafeMoon. Some people will say, no, some people will say yes, but at the end of the day, we are all one. We must do research. EnhancedToken.net. I will love your feedback from it. You can shoot me a DM if you don't want it, and I'll really appreciate that. And I will continue for you to continue to work and educate us here in this space about everything. And for everybody who try to come around here and whatnot, in Trinidad, we just say it in a nice way. You might be said respectfully, but I go say it in a nice way. Fuck the fathers. Fuck Matt Wallace. Fuck all those who come wrong here. And the end of the day, this is our open invitation. Yo, yeah, the beaches. If you're into hike, you're into something with adventure, you bring your family down. Trust me.
Tristan,
Yo,
do me a favor. If you have a question, can you ask a question? Because I'm not going to have the space open forever. If you have a question, ask it, please.
I done ask him it already. In terms of enhanced token, I sure you pick up that
Oh,
already.
okay.
Yeah,
All right,
so
then I apologize.
I'll
I'm
check
going to
it
ask.
out.
I'm going to ask you to step. I'm going to ask you to step down. We got a lot
Not
of
a
people.
problem.
I
Respect
want
that.
Thank you, man.
I want to be mindful of Thomas's time, but I do have to shut down the space at the top of the hour. That gives us 15 minutes.
Yeah,
For anyone else
yeah.
that Patron bringing up, let's please ask the question quickly so we can take advantage of the last 15 minutes. Go ahead, Patron.
Okay, yeah. So Derek, and then Scar, and then Corpy.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Uh, I'm a business partner with Scott Paul. We just got back from Malta with John
Oh,
and
cool.
Thomas. I just kind of wanted to ask you a couple of questions. I can, unfortunately, I don't know as much about you as I'd like to before I ask this question, but um, in your perspective, I heard that you had, maybe some health concerns that you were wanting to deal with, but moving forward, once you're able to figure those out, moving forward, um, what do you think the future holds for the DeFi space? And do you think that DeFi and maybe NFTs and some of these other things are maybe in the lesser picture in the long run of Web3? Like, do you think Web3 incorporates um, much more than what we're currently seeing right now with blockchain technology?
Yeah, I don't think that we've saturated the possibilities that are available with Web3. I mean, Vitalik did a great job putting that library together for us to use with JavaScript. It's fucking awesome. Where are things going? One of the major driving pushes behind crypto is adoption. Everyone's marketing. Everybody's trying to educate people about crypto. It's like, I'm sure everyone here, like if you're a big crypto nerd like me, you go into a bar and you're like, hey, do you accept Bitcoin? It's like, oh no, that's fine. But then they know about it a little bit. More and more people are asking, eventually they'll start accepting. So with more people, there's more volume, more buying, more selling, all of that, right? Reflection tokens are amazing for both buying and selling. The holder still wins. Because you're reflected a number of things depending on what you're invested in. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, that's kind of how I
Do
feel.
do you think
Is a thing.
do you think that right now we as a community are a little small-minded on um, where we might be headed? Sorry, the reason I bring this up is because right now we look at social media as a certain thing. We look at money as a certain thing. We look at art or NFTs as a certain thing, and I can't help but think that Web3 is so much bigger than this Decentraland or than Meta or all of these companies coming out trying to bring Fang into the next Web3, which is hilarious because that isn't Web3 at all. Do you think that we're small-minded and that we should start maybe pulling together our efforts and really exploring what the future holds?
Yeah, and that's what building is all about, right? Okay. When you're exploring these problems, it's kind of like that fog of war in any RTS game. Oh, phone call. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
So it's kind of like fog of war in any RTS game. You have to reveal the fog and figure out what the possibilities are. This is also the problem with I think kind of brainstorming, right? People are limited by their biases. People are limited by the ideas that they have. And I say this a lot. You can't think with ideas you don't have yet. You can't think with words, you don't have yet. So we have to expose these ideas to everyone and come together. The more wrinkles that we have on this, the more possibilities we'll discover. So I think I'm small-minded. And even though I'm like trying to like bridge out,
for sure.
I still need, we still need to solve these things, and they can be solved.
Well, this is my proposal. Scott and I are building stuff. I'm excited to get to learn more about you. Obviously, you're still working on your own iterations on top of SafeMoon, and so I'm hoping that from you we can see some great innovations in the DeFi space, and I'd love to have some more conversations with you.
Hey, Derek, this whole army would love to be a part of that conversation. If you want me to facilitate that with Papa, I have no problem being a facilitator. And just so you know, Papa, I didn't tell you this. I am a cloud solutions architect with a major cloud platform. So I deal with infrastructure every day, except this week. This week I'm off. But Derek, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I
Hey,
will
no worries.
I will gladly facilitate with Papa, and Papa, you could ping me. We could set up a separate call besides that other battle royal, aka discussion. So a little comedy there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Hey, I just want to let you guys know my Spaces is bugged out. I can't tell who's talking anymore, and my thing went from speaker to or like that speaker phone to like the normal phone. So it's just weird. Spaces is broken.
Yeah, well, we'll be done. I hope we can be done in 10 minutes. That's my goal. I hope. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Thomas, I love that you're getting the community rallied up and just keeping doing what you're doing, man. Let's maybe link up.
Okay, of course.
Hey, Derek, thank you for coming up, bro. And
Yeah,
thank
of
you for
course.
speaking, man.
Of
Took me a
course.
while to bring you up, but we finally got you up. Okay, so real
Hey, no
quick,
worries.
Sharp, and then we go to Corpy, King, and then Crypto, and then hopefully we should be done by then within the next 10 minutes. If you can make your short question, will be greatly appreciated.
Yes, sir, I can. What's up, everybody? Thomas, how you doing today?
Hey, good.
Jeremiah Randolph, what's up, guys? So Thomas, I just wanted to ask, I don't know if anybody has asked in the past on any spaces, what is the origin story of your name, Papa?
Oh, neat. All right, this is an old one. And I think people are gonna like this a lot. So years ago, I used to play on a was it Molten WoW? It's like a private server for World of Warcraft. Just because I mean, kind of like going back, this is post. I don't even remember like the time frame. That part's less important. But I had a character called Papa Moon after one of the characters. Was it the Crack Fox? Those guys that do these funny YouTube videos. Papa Moon was just one of the characters. And then I had another character, Cthulhu. And I got tired of playing both of them. And when I made a new character, it just kind of came together, and I stuck with that name forever. It's Papa Cthulhu. And then, yeah, that's pretty much where the name like came together. And then I kind of like dropped the Cthulhu towards the end because people were saying, "Oh, Papi Chulo, big sexy, what's good?" Like that's awesome. Or like Patchouli, all these people don't understand what Cthulhu is. It's the old god of madness. Has a cult, all this kind of stuff.
Hey, we know what Papi Chulo means. So, hey, Corpy, we got a few minutes, so please make it quick so we can get whoever has their hands up in the panel real quick before 11 o'clock, if you don't mind.
Well, they're trying. Hi, Thomas. Question is, you came to SafeMoon and your prerequisite was to build the blockchain, add whatever features in.
Wait, no, that wasn't. Wait, are you talking about like that was my ongoing job thing? Or that's not why I was brought up.
Okay, so, but you've had a hand in building the blockchain, turning it into hopefully the next generation of blockchain. How happy are you with what is about to be delivered on the blockchain?
I'm comfortable right now. Like I said, like I don't even have to be happy with the product, right? And this is not me saying I'm unhappy, right? But I'm comfortable with passing off the work so that I can focus on some other stuff.
And you're happy? Well, not happy. And is it going to be something that is going to change the space as how people look at blockchains at the moment?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, any innovation should do that. Any innovation that doesn't do that fails to be an innovation.
Great
That's
question.
Right. That's my simple one. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, King. I'm sorry, King. And then let's go real quick.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right, sorry about the technical issues earlier. Hey, I got two questions real quick, Thomas, for
Sure.
you. One's around the actual the turbines. Are we going to be able to use nodes on there to possibly do Bitcoin mining?
Nodes on the
Is that a
turbines? Like
possibility?
I don't know if John intends to sell the turbines, but I do know that the turbines going up will not only help impoverished places to have more electricity, but you get credits out of that, so you can buy back and burn tokens with it. So I'm not sure if he's trying to sell those. Or if there's going to be nodes.
And with the mass adoption, it seems like Bitcoin's like the easiest thing for all these underdeveloped countries. They're going to Bitcoin, so that would be like a nice segue into some of these underdeveloped countries as
Right.
well.
Ooh,
My
it's actually, sorry, I know that's not even your question, but it brings up a really, really cool thing to observe, right? Bitcoin was a start for the rest of us who were in the community, right? Or eGold even, or even the virtual currencies that were there right before then that were not quite blocked. But we're seeing this natural progression occur a second time in these other countries that say, no, yeah, let's use it as a currency. That sounds great. And you know what they're going to do is they're going to raise billions of dollars. And they're going to feed so many people, house so many people that did not otherwise have an opportunity. So I think watching Bitcoin start out there, they're going to catch on that DeFi is a thing too.
Correct. Beautiful thing. My second thing is, from a small projects standpoint, a lot of these projects, they get watered down because of the sad reality that meme tokens, they boom, and people, they're just so attracted to them, right? A lot of these good projects get lost in the dust, because you have to take a certain route. How do we change that culture, to really give these small projects that do want to produce products that are utilized, that have utility, that can actually change the way we implement and adopt crypto? How do we give them more exposure? Is some of the work that you're trying to do wrapped around that?
What's interesting is I find that in a lot of ways, meme coins get in the way of science, right? A lot of the really cool chains out there that provide benefits to developers to make interoperability a thing don't get enough attention because they're strictly about the science and they're strictly about helping developers. But that has no traction with the wider audience that can't understand this. And so this is more of it's. I go back to the education problem, but I don't even think it would matter because meme coins are so prevalent. I think this is just one of those nasty outcomes where memes and meme coins are designed to fly, and science is designed fly in terms of communication, right? So you can send meme coins to your friends and family a lot easier than you could explain Chainlink, right? Chainlink popped off, but grandma's not buying Chainlink. It's just like a nasty reality that we have to kind of deal with, that things that do not grab attention do not quite pop off as hard as we would like them to. Even if you have the coolest innovation ever, if there's no marketing, if there's no real marketing for the average person behind it, it's not going to take off. So it's just kind of like I'd love to be able to solve that.
Definitely. Thank you guys for letting me come up. Thank you for taking my question. I hope one day we can actually link everything together, but it looks like it's going to take time for that. Thank you guys.
Hey, Papa, that last question about interoperability, if there's a section that you could put in your blog post that talks about how we're trying to do good when that good is being blocked, I'd love to read more about that if possible.
Yeah, we'd love to think more on this.
Thank you. Hey, Cryptonomics, real quick, we're almost finishing up, so we're trying to get everybody here in the panel to say something to Papa real quick, so let's give them the opportunity. Cryptonomic, go ahead.
Appreciate it. Thomas, thanks so much for joining the space. I think this space was very much needed, especially after yesterday's, but
yeah,
I have a question. Is there any possibility that we can peg the cryptocurrency value to anything aside from fiat?
Oh, sure.
And how is defeating fiat going to benefit cryptocurrency? Because I know like one Bitcoin is supposed to equal one Bitcoin, but in reality, that's not the case. And I was just
Right.
hoping to get some insight because I know you're in that
Yeah,
field.
I mean, when we're talking about pegging, if you look at the way Dogecoin is most often spoken about, one Dogecoin equals one Dogecoin. That's a peg. Or in a lot of cases with the submarkets, and going back as far as Cryptopia, I loved that website because you had submarkets where all the shitcoins were traded off of Dogecoin. And then you had Litecoin was your tier 2, Bitcoin was your tier 1. Geez, man.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to see that dollar value beside a cryptocurrency.
So yeah, I
The
mean,
reason why
if you stay within crypto, you can easily continue to trade between it. In a lot of cases, things are pegged to the value of Bitcoin, or conversely, Dogecoin, and those values are kind of like, it's psychologically jarring to look at that many zeros, which is why I was trying to explain to people why consolidation is so good. So we need to speak in terms that people can understand. That's a whole nother kind of marketing, and actually leaning into one of these last questions, where how do you get the greater public to fully understand that? If you don't speak in a language that they can understand, it's not going to work. So more pegging to other cryptos is going to be more prevalent instead of the dollar value. You see that dollar value in a lot of places where a fiat on-ramp exists and that dollar value is marketed. But in a lot of other cases where that does not exist, where you cannot exit to cash, then yeah.
Hey guys, I apologize. I have to wrap it up. It is the top of the hour. Broad person, I forgot. I'm sorry we didn't get to you. Next time, if we have a space, I'll make sure you're first. Thomas, just so you know, if I ever open a space, it is your space. I will send you 2 separate direct messages. One for the Battle Royal. I hate to use it, but that's the best way to remember it. And the other one from the gentleman working with Scott, the person that talked about learning more about you. I mean, if you guys have a side thing, that's on you.
Derek, yeah.
But I do want to thank everyone and anyone in the Army. Thank you so much, Thomas, for joining us. We really appreciated the insight. It was great hearing from you again, and I hope you get to join us on future spaces.
Yeah,
Yep.
and thank you, Papa, again. Then we'll see you on Safe Moon After Dark. And I apologize for everybody that tried to get up here. We did the best we could, but Papa being so famous,
it's hard.
Being
It's hard
mad,
managing
it's
it.
hard to try to
Absolutely.
get everybody up here. So, Papa,
Yeah.
thank you again. Thank you a million.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good one, everyone.
Take care. Ciao.
I can open up a space if you guys.